After doing the last video on divorce, I got some comments and feedback, and I just feel like it's important to bring some parts of the discussion to the fore. First and foremost, I'm not saying that divorce is anathema, like an abomination, and once you divorce, you have committed the great apostasy, sinned against heaven and against God. That's not what I'm saying. Each case of divorce stands in its own merits. I cannot give you a blanket prescription, and nobody can give you a blanket prescription from sitting online. The issues go much deeper than that. I just need us to understand some things. Number one, I need us to understand the weight of the decision. Divorce comes with a truckload of its own issues. There's the emotional side, the emotional toll that it takes on you. There's the financial side, the legal fees, the dragging on of the battle, the finances sharing. There's the mental aspect, the effect that it has on your mental health. There's the physical aspect, the sexual aspect, the loneliness. There's all that. Then there's the social dimension to it, the stigma, the ridiculous things that women who have been divorced hear and go through. There's the effects that it has on the children. Then there's all that family enmeshment. Remember that when you marry, it's not just you and your husband, there's the extended family. Some people don't know that if divorce has taken place, there'll be awkward situations where somebody is asking about somebody, or when the children want to get married in the future and they're saying, oh, we need to know the father. There are just all sorts of issues, and you need to be aware before you go on to decide that that's what you want to do. Which brings me to my second point. Getting the divorce doesn't guarantee that you're going to be happy. Sometimes people have gotten divorced because people just, somebody says, walk away, do this, do that. And then they walk away and they find out that, oh my God, things are not as easy as I thought, because they did not consider certain aspects. They did not anticipate certain things. And then they now find out they are in the middle of the road, and then they are now finding out all those things. So it does not guarantee that you're going to be happy either once you've left. There will be other issues to deal with. Here is the smart thing you need to do before you get a divorce. Number one, try everything that you can. Speak up. Sometimes, as women, we are guilty of not speaking up. We don't say what is on our minds. We don't say the whole truth. It's just like, oh my God, he's doing this. We assume and we react. Speak up. This is what the Bible says. The Bible says, if your brother offends you, speak to him first. Speak to him. Have a conversation. I know some people are difficult and you cannot have a conversation with him. If he's that kind of person, call in other people that you can trust to be objective. Don't just call in family members, because they are usually polarized. Your family may support you, his family may support him, things like that. There are a lot of emotions involved. Even sometimes they are not supporting somebody else. It's just the whole thing of, you guys now, don't break up now, and they can't remove their emotions from that. It's like, oh my God, we're going to have to pay back the bride price, all that. You don't have to go through all this. You guys just stay together. So sometimes they're thinking about all that, and they cannot be objective because they're emotionally involved. Call people who can be objective. Get counseling, get therapy if you can afford it. Explore all the options. And if you now find out that you still want to go this route of divorce, make sure you look at it from all angles. Don't jump out. Think carefully about every angle. The finances, the children. When I was younger, I used to look at all those women that would say, I stayed because of my children. Some women were suffering. I saw them, they used to come and see my grandmother, and I would listen. I saw them. And I've heard women say, I have to stay because of the children and all that. And I used to think they were just weak women. My feminist mind could not understand. I would be like, these are weak women. It's either they don't have money or they don't have the strength. They're just weak women. Now I'm an adult. I have children. I understand what they mean. I understand what they mean. Think of things from all angles. I've seen people who decided that, oh, we will stay together until the children are all out and they can handle it. Just think of things from every angle, financially, emotionally, everything. What are you going to do? How are you going to handle things? Be prepared. Don't just jump into it because they said, oh, go, go, go. The only time that I say don't think too much is if your life is in danger. If you are being physically abused, the guy is threatening you, strangling you, beating you, please jump out as fast as you can. Please go. I will not be party to anybody dying in a marriage because they wanted to stay to think of the children. It is when you are alive that you can think of the children. So please, if you are being beaten, physically abused, leave. But in any other case, sit down, think strategically, think well. Don't just jump into, it's not working, jump, divorce. No, think carefully. Even if you must go, let it be strategic. Make sure you explore every other option first. The other thing is this, and I want you to understand me well. Don't be fooled, like I said before, into thinking that once you leave, the issues will be solved. No, sometimes you are the problem. Sometimes the issue is with you. And so if you go somewhere else, you will face similar issues. You have to deal with yourself. Ask yourself some deep questions. Some very, very deep questions. Sometimes it is the way that you have handled things. You're a good person, a fantastic person, but the way that you handle things has allowed somebody to walk roughshod all over you. Sometimes just tweaking your behavior a little can have a profound consequence on the outcome of that marriage. Sometimes. One way to look at it is, if this man were married to another person who was not like me, would they take these kind of things? Would they take certain things? How would they handle certain things? Sometimes we have to sit down and have that very difficult discussion within ourselves. It is what we allow that continues. Have you tried tweaking your behavior? Even if you leave, if you don't deal with your own issues, you'll find out that it will be the same. So, one way I prescribe is deal with your issues. Make sure you understand your issues. You've dealt with them in this marriage. And then, if you still need to walk away, I can understand. But at least you know that I've done everything that I can and I am no longer the problem. When I say you are no longer the problem, sometimes it's not that you are the one causing the trouble, but you are the one allowing the trouble by not responding in the right way. So make sure that you've covered all those bases. Note, please, I am not victim shaming or victim blaming. I'm not blaming any victim. I'm not shaming anybody. My goal is to ensure that every single woman who crosses my path can look back on her life at old age and know that I made the right decisions. No regrets, no sadness, no bitterness, because she thought through, she understood the weight of the decision she was making at each point in her life, and she made decisions that she could live with. The outcomes of her decision made her proud, and she was happy with them at 80. Because sometimes we are making decisions today based on how we feel, but 10 years down the line, we'll look back and we'll be like, nah, I shouldn't have done that. My goal is that every woman at every age should be able to look back with pride and peace in her heart about the decisions she made. That's all. So I'm not trying to blame you. I just want to make sure that when you grow old, you'll be happy with how you handle things and with the outcome. You won't be saying, oh, maybe I shouldn't have left. Maybe you'll be certain and you'll be happy. I hope you learned something from this video. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Remember to like this video, to subscribe to my channel, and remember to share it with someone else. Would you like to join my community, the Valiant Women's Network? It's a thriving community of women where we share activities and ideas and other things that can help us thrive as women. The link to join is in the description below. Till I come your way again next time. Ciao.